Hey guys, this is just a video of a chicken coop that I'm making, and so far the only thing I've had to buy was 2 sheets of plywood. I guess you could use tin, or if you had steel laying around or whatever, you could probably sheet it in that, but um, the top is a fiberglass truck cap, which I'm just recycling. I got it for free. And it's the truck cap it fits a 5 foot by 7 foot box, so I built a small 5 by 7 coop, and it's only 4 feet tall. I'm not done yet. I've still got stuff to do with it, but anyway, I'm thinking about having a couple chickens this year, and I see people on YouTube doing these automatic feeders, and I wanted to show you guys my variation of these feeders. Now this one is I better not do any advertising there. This one is 5 liter, 20 liter, 5 gallon, sorry, pail, and I put the poultry nipples on the bottom. So this one is for the water. 4 poultry nipples evenly spaced out, I think 1.5 inches from the edge. And yeah, I probably won't have any more than 4 or 6 birds, maybe 5, I don't know. Won't have very many birds, so I think that'll do the job. And it says right on the package you drill an 11/32 inch hole, and you thread them in. You just thread them into the plastic. Hey buddy, wanna say cheese? Wanna say hi to the camera? You're in almost all my videos. That's my companion. And anywho, sorry if my camera's a little bit shaky here. Yeah, that's the water. And I wanted to do something, I wanted to do of one of these feeders that I've seen on YouTube that people are making out of the buckets, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. I see people putting these elbows inwards, so the chicken sticks their head in, and I guess that keeps the rain out. But I'm considering having my feeder inside of the coop here, so it's got a full roof, and it's gonna have walls on both ends when I'm done. But anyway, I'll probably have the feeder in the enclosed part of the coop, or the enclosed part of the run. What are you eating, buddy? Don't be eating stuff, okay? We're gonna have some kibbles in a minute. So I see people putting these this is a 3-inch PVC elbow, or ABS, I'm not really sure. Anyway, I see people putting them inside, up off, they drill a hole up higher here, and they put it down inside, and they fill it up with food, and the chicken sticks their head in there. And some people were saying they were having problems with the chicken was actually pulling the feed out, or I don't know. Anyway, I decided if you put stuff in there, excuse my shakiness, if you put elbows in there, 2 or 3 elbows, you're losing a lot of volume, because that could be all feed in there. And I don't want to be feeding them as often as, the less often I have to feed them, the better. Or the less often I have to tend to them. They're always going to have food, but the less that I have to fill this bucket, the better. So I decided to leave it all open inside for the volume, for the food, and have these elbows on the outside. Now, you can see the feed is going to be able to pour pretty high, pretty close to the edge there. Let me see if I can get my fingers here. So the feed can be right there. So the chickens they're not going to have to stick their head down very far. The feed will be right there. And I think it'll hold a lot more with the elbows on the outside. and they won't be able to pull the feed back and out, or they won't be able to rake the feed out, or I guess sometimes they dig through for their favorite seeds or whatever, and they can make a mess and waste. So we don't want mess or waste, and that's the whole point of these feeders, is you just fill them up, you don't have to clean them, and it's supposed to be less mess and less waste. So that's what I'm going for on this one. I've only put 2 elbows in it. They were like $5 each, which is probably expensive because I got them at a convenience store rather than a hardware store. But anyway, I got 2 elbows. They were like $5 each. So let's say $10 plus the bucket. So that's like $13 for that feeder. And you could probably, having the elbows on the outside, I've heard people say that you could only fit 3 elbows in because they're putting them on the inside, and you get 3 of them in there and they're all banging into each other and you lose volume. So I imagine doing it this way, you would have no problem fitting 4 of them on there if you had more birds. I won't be having very many birds, and this is just a sort of a trial prototype. So I don't even have any birds yet. I'm hoping to get some birds soon, but that's just my version. I did modify this the collar. I cut it back a bit, except for the bottom. I left it thick on the bottom because to attach a hole. What I did was I just drilled a couple holes and put a zip tie through there. So I pulled the elbow, drilled a 3.5-inch hole with a hole saw, put the elbow through, and I drilled a hole here, made sure it was nice and tight, to the bucket, and nice and tight down in the corner, and drilled 2 holes there, put a zip tie in, drilled 1 hole there, put a zip tie in, and I noticed that if you do the bottom, I did the bottom first, and I noticed that if you put a zip tie there or a screw there, that's pretty much enough to hold it, because the force downward pulls this upward, and this was really tight, even without a zip tie up here. But I put one up here anyway, and the connector for the zip tie, or the ratchet lock, you want that to be where the chickens can't get at it, or you don't want it sticking out or protruding, causing any problems. You don't want them chafing their head on it or whatever. So it's nice and smooth here, and the protrusion is on the inside where the feed will be and the chickens won't be. And on the bottom, it's nice and smooth here. The chickens probably won't get their head in that far, but what I did was I put the ratchet lock on the outside. So 1 ratchet lock, 1 zip tie here, 1 zip tie here, and if you feel like you want it to be more secure, you can do another one up at the top. I think it would be fine without one at the top, or whatever you think is adequate. But there's my version. I can't wait to try it. I'm really itching to try it, but I don't want to fill it up yet because I don't have any birds. I want to fill it up I do have feed, and I want to fill it up just to try it, but all that's going to do is attract rodents, or attract squirrels or chipmunks or Lord knows what. So I'm not going to fill it up until I get birds. But this one is pretty common. You've probably seen it before. It's put the nipples on the bucket. But this is a little bit different, and maybe you get a good idea off it, or maybe you might like it, or maybe you might want to try it. Like I said, you would have no problem getting 4 of those elbows in there if you really wanted to. I might add a 3rd elbow on later, because if I put it up against the wall or something, you could have a 3rd one here, but you probably wouldn't have one up against the wall. Depends on where you put the feeder. So anyway, I'm going to try it with 2, and you can try it if you want. I think it'll be a great way to save the feed and to keep more volume inside. And it's only a variation of what people are already doing. So that's it for now. That's the update on my chicken coop and my chicken feeders. And I'll come at you later when I get some birds or when I get some more done to this chicken coop. Talk to you next time.